This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, let me make it bigger. All right. All right. So good morning, everyone. I can't see y'all, so all right. Good morning, everyone. Happy to have you here. So I'm sorry. Okay. So I call this meeting to start at 10:03. All right. So let's just get into it. So a recap of last meeting on the 11th. We talked about the COVID testing that they have available here on campus. Dr. Muna facilitates that along with Sean Kelly, and they usually do it in the on the right side of parking lot B, and yeah, that's available to students, faculty, and staff on like poor weather days, like a few days ago when it was raining. They had it inside near the lecture hall in Warrior Hall. So also student organization updates. We did post the presentation on SGA's Engage page, and also for student orgs, I see Paula is here and Lakeitha. Again, let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. So anyways, we posted the handbook for student orgs, the treasurer's form, the anti-hazing, which is part of risk management, and all other forms will be on Engage. And also the meeting, last meeting that was recorded, and it will be posted soon on the YouTube page, SGA's YouTube page. We are currently in the process of retrieving, the old credentials to log in. If not, we're going to make a new one and send that out so it will be easy to find. So Robert's Rules of Order. John Barber is not able to be here today, but throughout the semester, he's going to help us, learn Robert's Rules better. And yeah, so what we're gonna do is watch a quick video on Robert's Rules. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Hold on.
A motion is a proposal for action by a board of directors. The board needs to decide what it will do with each motion presented in the agenda. Motions are the way that a board of directors makes decisions and gives direction. The way a board handles motions is at the heart of how efficient and effective it is in its decision-making. A skilled chair will follow some level of parliamentary procedures. The most common is Robert's Rules of Order. In fact, some association bylaws require the use of Robert's Rules. There are 4 main steps in addressing a motion. 1. Making the motion. 2. Seconding the motion. 3. Discussing the motion. 4. And voting on the motion. Motions are prepared and included in the agenda for a board of directors meeting. A motion begins when a board member says, "I move," and then states the motion. Motion should always be specific so there is no uncertainty on what is being decided. If a motion is formulated at the board meeting, it may be wise to take a short break to give individuals a chance to help prepare for the proper wording. Once a motion is made, it cannot be discussed by the board until it is seconded. A second does not mean the seconder agrees with the motion, but that he or she believes the motion is worthy of consideration. A director can make a second simply by saying, "I second the motion," after a motion is made, without having to obtain the floor. If no one feels that the motion is worthy of discussion, it does not have to be seconded. In that case, the chair would say, "The motion dies for lack of a seconder." It may seem awkward if nobody supports the motion, but respect everyone's time and move on to other business. After a motion is seconded, the motion is discussed by members of the board. It's the chairperson's responsibility to ensure that all comments are made through the chair and that debate is controlled to ensure fairness, balance, and efficiency. Once the chairperson feels that sufficient discussion has been made regarding the motion, he or she will call for the vote. It's up to the chairperson to protect the rights of each attendee to speak, make motions, advocate a position, and to vote. There are different ways to vote, but the most common is by a show of hands. Votes by secret ballot are rare at board meetings, but may be used in areas of confidentiality or sensitive matters. Once the vote is taken, the chairperson announces the result of the vote. There you have it, the main steps in making motions. The proper handling of motions helps board meetings accomplish their objectives in the most efficient and fair manner.
All right. Make sure that doesn't play. Okay. Can y'all still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to change slides. It's not changing. Okay. So old business, we do still have senator positions open. The application for that is on Engage as well. If you have any other questions about it, you can always email myself or Daviana about it. And yeah, if you're interested, apply. Representatives, so we do, I see that we have two here from SASW and Science Club. And yeah, and so, you know, I mean, y'all are here, but which it's really not relevant to y'all, but we do need representatives from each organization that is currently active on campus. That's that, and executive positions. So we did have new individuals who applied for senators. They are not here today, but that's okay. We have Kirsten and Savannah here. So thank you for being here. Let's see. Okay, so last week we discussed the Constitution and bylaws. And this, or not last week, sorry, last meeting we discussed it. They are posted on Engage as well, and we are going to vote on them. So after reviewing the 2020 and 2021 bylaws, all senators in favor of passing, can you, okay. So I thought they were already senators. Okay, so we're just to be safe, Savannah and Kirsten, we are going to swear y'all in. Okay, we're gonna re-swear y'all in. Sorry. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna echo, huh? We're gonna do this as best as possible. Hey, Brenda.
Okay, it should be better.
Okay, so we're gonna re-swear our senators in. So, to do this, y'all have to take the oath of office. So, repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Kirsten Martinez,
Savannah Chester,
I, Brenda
No-
Lee,
Knowing the duties of my office
knowing the duties of my office,
as set forth in the Constitution and bylaws
as set
set
forth in the
forth in the Constitution and bylaws
of the
Constitution and
Student
bylaws
Government Association
of the Student
of the
Government
Student Government
Association
Association
of
by the
Texas
Student Government
A&M University, Central Texas,
of Texas
Texas
A&M
A&M
University,
University, Central Texas.
do hereby swear
do hereby
swear
to execute faithfully
to execute
faithfully
the duties of my position
the duties of
the
my
duties of my
position
position,
and to be a voice representing
and to be a
to
voice
be a voice
representing
representing
the student body of
the student body
student
of
body of
Texas A&M University, Central Texas,
Texas A&M
Texas
University
A&M University, Central Texas,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my
to the best of
ability.
my ability.
I will protect and defend
I will protect
I will
and defend
protect and defend
the Constitution and bylaws
the
the
Constitution
Constitution and bylaws
of the Student Government Association
of the
of the
Student
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 Government
Government Association
of Texas A&M University, Central Texas.
of Texas
A&M
A&M University.
University, Central Texas.
Okay. Good job, y'all. Why did my screen come back up? You know, technology is a blessing, but sometimes it's not fun. Okay. Now, after reviewing the bylaws last meeting, going over them for 2020 and 2021, all senators in favor of passing these bylaws and the Constitution, put it in the chat box because
Hey, real quick, sorry, Amanda. Somebody will need to make the motion to approve.
I second.
okay. Are we in the chat? So all in favor? Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you, Savannah. Do we have a second? Nice. Okay. So there you have it. Garrett, do you want to say anything?
No, y'all are rocking.
All right. So
Actually, I'm sorry. I actually do want to say just a quick credit where due. I want to give props to Amanda and Brenda and John, who's not here, and Daviana, who's not here. Four of them were putting in good work on the Constitution and bylaws over the summer and starting to put the ball in motion for getting work done this year. And so thank you to the four of them. Y'all make my life easier.
always. Thank you. All right. So again, if you did not, thank you, Carla. If you did not get a chance to, review the bylaws, or if you missed the last meeting, they are on Engage. New business, SGA committees, diversity and inclusion. So we really want to promote this committee, which just focuses on creating, more of a voting voice for students of different backgrounds, especially, everything going on in our country right now. And so if you're interested in joining that committee, please do. Also events. So the one coming up usually, that we've done in the past is trunk or treat. Just with everything going on, we're not supposed to have more than 10 people at an event on campus. So if we wanted to do something off campus, that could possibly be a thing. But to be honest, it's probably just best to not have a trunk or treat or a Halloween event this semester. And if you have any other questions, you can definitely contact myself, Daviana, or Garrett about that. Yeah. These are other committees, and if you are interested in joining any of these, contact Garrett, email him. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut in real quick. The reason we just put the list is I actually started to give the description of each committee, not realizing how long this list was. So if you guys would like, I can email you the extensive list with the full description and who sits on the committees, who oversees them. I got that list from Brandon, and I'll be happy to send it out to y'all. I didn't want poor Amanda to have to read through 30 pages of descriptions for y'all.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so swear y'all in. We had the sentence vote, and then Garrett, do you want to talk about budget?
Yeah, apparently I interrupted you for no reason because it was almost my turn. So last year, y'all may remember that Josephine and Danielle wanted to give us our budget, but they had to get it from us and we had to get it from system, and there were delays with system. Therefore, we didn't have a budget to give to Josephine and Danielle. So that made it really difficult for the two of them to be able to have a budget for y'all. Definitely was not their fault. It wasn't our fault. We kind of had to use an estimate based on the previous year. However, the good news is this year it looks like we will have a budget. So we're gathering all those numbers now, and we'll sit down with our finance AVP over this next week. And at the next meeting, what we will do is we will provide a proposed budget for SGA to vote on and to present to student affairs. And what that will mean is we can actually move forward with certain events. Hopefully, when restrictions start lifting, in a normal year, this would mean, hey, we know what we have for trunk or treat, or we know what we have for all these other events. So that will be a more concrete number this semester. Granted, we are amazingly already almost to halfway through the semester, believe it or not, but the fact that we're getting halfway through the semester and we will have a budget confirmed means we have a little bit more to work with than our previous administration was given. So that is a positive update. But that's really the only update from SCE that I have right now, other than, as you mentioned earlier, the committees. We want to make sure we have student representation on those. We want to make sure that we get our events committee for SGA loaded back up, and we really want to build up our diversity and inclusion committee. Part of the reason we've added the voting voices for student orgs into our constitution and bylaws is because access and inclusion and a voice for all students has been a major focus for us for this year. And to really get this diversity committee kicked off, there's other departments that we can work with. Dr. Britt, we can do diversity initiatives with her. Donald is actually working to restaff their office, where I guess most of you, if not all of you, know that Mr. Larry Davis is no longer working in that capacity. So those offices are building up as well. So as they build, SGA can be a good partner for diversity initiatives with them. So those are really the things that I have for y'all, updates on our end. And let's see, it was Hades trying to wing it. Yeah, Brenda, you're right. It was Hades trying to wing it with events and no budget. So that's an improvement we will have this year. And yeah, that's what we've got for student civic engagement. And if y'all have anything this week, feel free to reach out. I know a lot of student orgs reached out looking for the treasurer form and risk management form. Those forms are on Engage now in the Warriors and SGA organization tabs. And as Amanda mentioned earlier, we're working to get the video posted the last meeting, and the video of this meeting will be posted as well.
Boom. Thank you, Garrett.
Yep.
All right, so student organization announcements. Phi Alpha is actually having a supply drive for a task force here in our community to gather donations, items to provide for low-income families. There is a donation box in Warrior Hall lobby, and you'll see it like kind of closer to the library. So they're just accepting donations like face masks, hand sanitizer, things of that nature. And then engage updates. Garrett, you just hit on that, right?
Yeah, I sort of got ahead of myself, but y'all got them.
Okay. All right. And that is all. Does anyone have any questions?
And I'll throw in, like she mentioned earlier, if y'all have thoughts on, wow, an alternative to trunk or treat, or something that we can, maybe like a virtual program we can do. We don't really want to let, a tradition go away. It's just right now we're kind of at the mercy of the circumstances surrounding this year. So definitely this week, feel free to send us your input on that. We'd love to put something together.
Yes. Does anyone have anything else? A drive-through trunk or treat? Like what do you mean?
Like instead of like kids getting out, like parents can drive the kids like through their cars in their costumes, we can have pre-made baggies of like a different assortment of like chocolates or whatever. Like depending on the kid, we could have like one more like gummy candy and a package of like chocolate candy, like whatever, maybe a mix of both. That way we can just like put those bags, those little baggies like in their buckets or whatever, or hand them to their parents like with gloves. And that way students or kids still get to dress up, you're still like social distancing, people are in their cars, and that sort of stuff. So
That doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. Let's see what current food. Okay. All right. That's a good idea, Kirsten. Thank you.
I got the idea because they kind of did the same thing with like diplomas. Like students just drove through and picked up their diplomas, so it'd kind of be like the same thing but with treats.
Nice. Wow. Okay. So we'll see what that update is, and then we'll get back to that. Donations for Phi Alpha and Garrett, do you remember?
Sorry, I muted myself. Can you say the question again?
The donations for Phi Alpha?
Oh yeah, boxes are in the lobbies.
Yeah. When do they end?
That is a question for Mariah. I'm not sure how long it goes. I think it's going to be at least a couple more weeks.
Yeah, it'll be not Kirsten, sorry. Carmen.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, sorry, I spoke out of turn. I believe both groups are doing, I mentioned earlier, I overlapped the two like a Venn diagram. Both groups are doing donations right now. So, yeah, you are correct.
So, Wakitha, it is, let's see, October 16th is when the donations end for Phi Alpha. And then, do I have to do anything?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Garrett, do you see Ambassador Williams' message?
Actually, yeah, Krishan, I think we got you taken care of already a couple weeks ago. So yeah, we'll just need to meet for the financial work.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? If not, I call to adjourn this meeting. It was very short, but we had everything.
Anyone got a second on that?
I second.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you all. That was good.
Bye, y'all.